I'm Ed Cohen with Jay Williams. Here, Jay, in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Come on, Ed. Can I say it, please?
All right, if you must.
Yes. Trust the process.
It has been quite a process to get to this point, Jay. They have a squad here in Philadelphia. Minnesota begins the game with the basketball. Beverly to Russell. Going to launch beyond the arc. Slam down. Karl Anthony Towns on the follow.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
The drive right to the basket. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. Russell with it up top. He'll run the offense.
He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. For three. Knocks down the first. Second to three. Got it. And he cashes in at the line. 3 for 3. Here comes the screen. To Towns, down low. Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. Harden with it up top. Leads 4. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ballgame.
To Towns. Not that time.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
Layup's good. That's as high percentage as it gets. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Beverly to Russell. Over to the right side. Has a look. Knocks it down on the step back. That was not easy.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Beverly into the front court. 10-4 is the score. Russell here against Harden. Stuffs it down with authority.
Everybody in the building, including myself, thought that pass was going somewhere else. Fool me once? Okay. But you're definitely not fooling me twice.
To Embiid. Had a chance, but it's no good. Russell into the front court. 10-6 our score. The rebound taken down by the Sixers. To Embiid. Joel Embiid missed his first. That one goes. T-Wolves with the basketball. Beverly. To To Russell. Down to 5 on the 24. To Towns. Count the basket at the rim.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Green with a shot that won't go down. Russell with it up top. The score 12-8. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jit.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Team foul number 1.
To Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. He's now 4 for 6.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
And a rim rocker. Joel Embiid. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Beverly. They get it down for Towns. Nice pass to set things up.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
To Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
That shot was nice, but that pass, that was the real highlight. Good teams always find a way to get the best shot available.
Russell to Towns. A lot of contact. No whistle.
Woo! I like that intensity on that play. That's how you actually dig in the dirt and do your job on the defensive end.
Beverly into the front court. 5-point game. Gets it to go. Could have been more. A lot of contact, but no foul.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Beverly to Towns. Not that time.
You gotta get up on that.
To Harden. Shot from the lane won't go. To Beverly. To Towns. Joel Embiid rejects it. That's his third block this evening.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
D'Angelo Russell, and it's good.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
He can't get past the defender. Harden to Embiid. Joel Embiid. 3 for 4. Good start.
Old school equals high percentage.
Beverly into the front court. They trail by 2. Russell. Nothing going here on that drive. Offensive and a putback slam.
He's a relentless scorer. It doesn't matter if you stop him once. He's going to keep coming at you time and time again.
To Tobias Harris. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Karl Anthony Towns able to recover with the block. Russell matched up with Harden. To Towns. Got it. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Beverly. Misfires. It's no good. Harden in possession. Down a point. Off the penetration. Almost, but no good. To Beverly. Driving right to the basket. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Another follows. Still no good. Embiid to Harden. Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper misses. Beverly into the front court. Leads one. To Davis. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To Embiid. Oh, I missed a short one there. Beverly into the front court. Up by 3. Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Finishing inside the paint on that one.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
To Beverly. Knocked loose. Out of bounds the call. Last touch by Patrick Beverly. So possession stays with Philadelphia. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Into the game for the 76ers.
Fires the 3. That no good. Slams it home on the putback.
If you know anything, it comes down to who wants it more. And right now, the offense is just hungry.
Beverly to Towns. Can't miss those. To Embiid. Won't go down.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark of a good defense.
Beverly into the front court. They trail by 1. Down low Towns. Karl Anthony Towns. He's at 50%. Solid.
These two teams are matching basket for basket. If the pace of the game is going to be like this, I need to start stretching.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And scores. Karl Anthony Towns with the finish. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Short jumper stays out.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
And the reward, he's going to the line.
Guys like Gary Payton would always take ones early like this all the time. Number 1, to see if they'll get caught. And number 2, to leave a little mark on you to remind you that they'll be on you all game long.
First one, count it.
Subbing in for the Philadelphia 76ers, number 1.
No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. Beyond the arc for 3. Missed it. To Beverly. To Towns. Down low. Not that time. To Tobias Harris.
That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. First one goes down. Two for 2 on that trip. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Short jumper off the mark. 4-3. Well defended. Beverly into the front court. Just under a minute to play here in this opening quarter. The drive right to the basket. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
Beverly into the front court. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Got a piece to knock it away. Fires the 3. That's off the side of the rim, short. Crazy shot that time. No good. Now pass stolen by the Timberwolves. This for the tie. First quarter's complete. It's the Sixers out in front.
The NBA Season 9 2022 games and highlights will be coming up next on Sports Action Infinity 22.
Well, first off, I'm going to take my analytical hat off and then put my fan hat on. This has been a blasé first quarter. Not good, not bad, right in between. Let's see how both teams come out and try to adjust themselves in the second half.
From long range. Good offense beating good defense.
I hope everyone here knows the golden rule. Guys, remember, sharing is caring.
Off the assist.
It's really a dope thing when passing becomes infectious. But don't become overly passive. Still take your shots when they're there.
To Davis. Working hard on the glass. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Philadelphia with the basketball. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Here comes the screen. Nothing going here on that drive.
Watch out, screen coming. Watch out.
Here's a chance from long range. Knocks down the 3.
I got to be real here. I think he was the only one expecting to shoot that shot. The crowd, the coaching staff, every other player on the court and myself, all of our mouths are left wide open right now.
Got it.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Down low for Davis. From the outside, no good.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Number 3.
To Davis. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, not getting the bounce. To Embiid, and he's going to the line to shoot.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Joel Embiid, a couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 77% at the line. And hits the first free throw.
Into the game for Philadelphia, number 13, James Harden. Entering the game for the Timberwolves, number 50,
No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second. Russell. To Davis. Count the basket inside.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
It's Harden. Brings the ball up. And scores. Strong take.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Baseline drive. Down the lane. The shot won't fall. To Embiid. And a chance coming up at the line.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
To the line for two.
First free throw is good. Second one off the mark. He goes 1 for 2. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot. Russell into the front court. Down 6. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
There's no better feeling after a game after you had 25-plus assists and you won the game and everybody recognizes that it's time for their bank accounts to get rewarded.
Straight down the middle of the lane. Way to punch it home.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Russell here against Harden. Won't go. Embiid. To Harden. From the painted area, won't go down.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
Has a chance. No good. Russell with it up top. Now down 6. That's rebounded by Philadelphia. Layup goes down. Well done.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Yes, D'Angelo Russell. Now 3 for 9.
Defenders had no chance on that one. That's why we call it the elite tier.
Runner's good there.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Russell into the front court. Margins 8. DeAndre Jordan pins it.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Ed Davis at the line. First try at the line, no good. Missed the second as well. Count the basket. A lot of contact. No foul.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Russell with it up top. He'll run the offense. To Davis. Gets it in the left corner. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. No good. To Tobias Harris. Lays it up and in.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Now a timeout here for the Timberwolves as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
DeAndre Jordan. Entering the game for
Easy pass to the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
And scores, plus the foul. DeAndre Jordan, another strong finish, going to the line for a chance at 3.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw try, off the mark. Russell into the front court. Down 8. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go. To Jordan. Not a good pass there. T-Wolves have it. He's looking for that touch.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Shot from the lane won't go. Harris to Millsap. Harden. Message received. Well defended. Timberwolves have the basketball. Russell. Finish that. To Jordan. Oh, scary stuff from DeAndre Jordan. 3 for 3 in this first half.
Come on, DJ. Give the people what they want. I want that for my screensaver.
Second effort. Another follow. Stays out. To Jordan. No good. DeAndre Jordan sends it away.
Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
To Tobias Harris. For 3, they snuffed it out. Tobias Harris missed it. Russell. Jumper's good.
D'Lo reminds me so much of Sam Cassell. He's not the fastest guy, but he gets where he wants to go anytime. The word that is key for him, potential, potential, potential. Will he be able to accomplish his potential?
Lets it fly from long range. And strokes it.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Fires the 3. Cleaning. Scary sight. DeAndre Jordan with the putback slam.
That's the DJ we all know and love.
To Russell. Beyond the arc for 3. Can't fault the defense. D'Angelo Russell hits.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Tobias Harris is going to get a chance at 3 here. Hasn't missed yet. And he connects on the first free throw. Knocks down the second free throw. And he hits all 3 free throws. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Nothing going here on that drive. To Russell. 4-3. Rebound taken by the Sixers. To Danny Green. And a putback slam.
Not really known for attacking the glass, but I like that hustle. We need to see more of that.
T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Russell to Beverly.
2 minutes left in the second quarter.
Patrick Beverly. 2-4 now.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Jordan gets a look. Can't hit. Down the lane to lay it in.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Oh!
Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Harris to Harden. Fires the 3. No good. That's great defense. Russell with it up top. Down 4. And scores. Karl Anthony Towns with the finish. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Another shot stays out. Beverly into the front court. Down just a couple. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
And the finish. Jay, Euro stepping for 2.
It just seems like one of 3 things happen every time James Harden has the ball. Either he scores, he gets fouled, or he kicks it out to someone for a 3. Pick your poison.
Here comes the screen to Beverly. Patrick Beverly. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Off the assist.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
To the basket is Harden, but his shot's no good. Time expires to end the first half. The 76ers have the lead.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The 76ers are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. The Timberwolves are still very much in this matchup. And the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Rebounds.
The second efforts from these squads have been phenomenal, with plenty of offensive rebounds between them. It makes you wonder, though, where's the second effort on the defensive half of the court? That's the side that can use some improvement for both of these teams.
Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. Here we go with the top plays from the first half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Timberwolves are within striking distance at the half. And while they may be down, it's not for a lack of effort. They deserve some respect for how well they've generated scoring with their offensive rebounding. These are the guys getting buckets for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Rebounds.
Never give up on the play. That's what every coach tells you all the way back to grade school. And that's what we're seeing here tonight with the effort on the boards.
Player of the half.
I'm ready to skip ahead and just get this guy player of the game. You can tell he's on his way to a special game.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
The Timberwolves aren't down by much after 2 quarters, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Game track. Rebound.
Fellas, back to you.
Tight game through the first 2 quarters as we resume play here in the third.
I got ball, I got ball, I got ball. I'm here.
From long range, not easy.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing, Ed.
Gets it in the right corner. Five to shoot for Minnesota. Has a look. Knocks it down off the step back.
And while the ball was still in his hands, a sidestep throws a defender off. People aren't used to seeing that type of footwork.
And a nice finish at the rim.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Minnesota at the controls. Russell here against Harden. Here comes the screen. Baseline drive. Joel Embiid tips it. Fourth this contest. Here's a chance from long range. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Just let me break down to all the young players at home how special of a pass this was. That was a perfect delivery, and it hit the player right in the chest.
Has a chance. Now a pass stolen by the Timberwolves.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Trying to cash in. It goes down. Oh, he's feeling good. Maybe too good.
Bread and butter. And there are few that can do it better off the screen.
Beverly into the front court. His guys down by 9. Russell. And the finish at the rim.
Ed, sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
D'Angelo Russell with the block.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
To Tobias Harris. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Russell to Beverly. Oh, nice find for the basket.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Karl Anthony Towns. Huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Nothing going here on that drive. Beverly to Towns. A fundamental shot right there.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
So many times we get on the defender for quote-unquote letting the offensive player score on an and one. Sometimes there's a lucky bounce, but more often than not, it's the offensive player who makes the play happen despite the defender's best intentions.
Joel Embiid trying to cash in on the three-point play. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. Embiid's free throw good. A three-point play. The Sixers extend the lead. It's Minnesota basketball. Russell to Towns. Russell with the strong finish at the rim.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball. That reach was just about a second off. He got his hand in there a little bit quicker. That would have been a steal.
Just enough imbalance. Knocks down the first. It's the second. One more coming. Three for three. Nice. The Timberwolves have the basketball. Russell hardens on him. Takes stock of the floor. Joel Embiid with a piece. Ooh, 5 now.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball, especially in the draft room. You have to draft players with size and length. That's the biggest deterrent for any team offensively.
Danny Green to Harden. Danny Green to Harden. Going to launch beyond the arc. He missed his first 4 from downtown. He finally gets a 3 to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses 4 in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Russell to Towns. Kicks it outside. To Towns. Cashes in for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to 5. Keeps it alive. Gotta love the hustle. From the outside, no good. Danny Green to Embiid. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in the defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Just off the mark. For 3. Tobias Harris is going to get 3 shots here. He's perfect from the line so far.
Tobias Harris to the line, shooting.
First one, count it. And he hits the second.
Number 17, Ed Davis. Into the game for the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 15.
And he missed it. 2 for 3 on this trip. Minnesota with the basketball. Beverly to Towns. Tobias Harris swats it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
Come on, you knew that setup was coming the whole game. But you were patient and you waited until the right moment to use it.
The follow won't go either. Russell into the front court. The margin standing now at 7. Ed Davis to Russell. That'll get out of bounds off one of the T-Wolves. Harden in possession. He'll run the offense. To Embiid. Harden. That's how you defend.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
And he's going to the line to shoot 2.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Karl Anthony Towns at the line for 2 shots. A career 83% free throw shooter. Misses the first. Second one's good. Splits the pair. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Has a look. Almost, but no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
He cruises in for 2. Too easy.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
Ed Davis sends it away. Patrick Beverly snatching it out of the air.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Slams it down.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Russell with it up top. The deficit is 6. To Towns. And a whistle.
And you can't lunge like that.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Number 9, Luol Deng. Into the game for the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 10, Danny Green.
Beverly to Russell. Not going down for him this time.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Patrick Beverly rejects it.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
It goes down.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Joel Embiid able to recover with the block. Incredible. 6 tonight. Strong finish that time for Danny Green.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Screen coming your way. Screen coming your way.
Deep two there. Won't go.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Time for some new personnel into the game.
Team foul number 3. Entering the game for the Philadelphia 76ers. Number 3. 2 minutes.
Runner here won't go down.
Oh, he sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Mike Scott at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 76% from the line. Unable to connect on the free throw. Beverly into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. And draws the foul.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Luol Deng has got 2 shots coming. For his career, 77% at the line. First one goes down. Goes 2 for 2.
Get it, shoot it again. Here we go, my ball, my ball.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Coming right.
Has a chance. Shot by Russell off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Runner here won't go.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Beverly driving right to the basket. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Lets it fly from long range. Nope. first one does not go. Second of three is good. Beverly into the front court. His guys trail by 10. To Russell. Nothing going here on that drive. Can't connect. Cruises inside for two. Deep three at the buzzer. That ends the third quarter, and the 76ers have to be feeling good. The Wolves with the basketballs. We start the fourth quarter, and I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Beverly, too easy. Defense has to communicate.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
Took it down the lane, but it's no good. Beverly into the front court. His guys down by 9. Wide open look won't go. Draws the contact, and Jordan will go to the line to shoot 2.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
DeAndre Jordan, a couple of free throws on the way. He struggled so far. And hits the first free throw.
There we go. Yes, sir.
Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. Russell into the front court. His guys down 11. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Fires the 3. Tough shot. Well defended.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To Jordan. Ed Davis pins it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And they call it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions. Beverly to Towns. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And he's fouled, and he earns a trip to the line.
There's a very fine line between maximum effort and carelessness. I'm willing to live with a few mistakes and maximal effort than having to constantly remind my players to close out.
First free throw is good. 2nd and 3. Got it. Takes advantage of the foul. 3 for 3 at the line. Beverly into the front court. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. To Towns. Down to 5 on the 24. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Stepping in for the Minnesota Timberwolves, number 50, Dakari Johnson.
A drive, but he can't get it to go.
Seems like a lot of contact on that play. If I were that player, I would pull the ref over to the side, talk to him, express to him how much contact there was so he could look for that same foul call potentially the next time down the court.
That's yours right there.
Couple of cracks at the line now.
Love the fact that the shooter created contact on the upward motion to shoot the basketball. Big time play.
Patrick Beverly at the line for 2 shots, shooting 66% in this contest. And he connects on the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. Trying to cash in. It's no good. Great defense.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Here comes the screen. That's going to get out of bounds. Last touch by Green. New blood coming in for both sides.
Into the game for Minnesota, number 25, Malik Beasley.
Sixers able to clear the rebound. Harris. Nice pass to get things going.
And cutting hard in transition is one of the most underrated things about this game. The harder you can cut is the more it opens up the floor to make plays just like that.
To Russell. Nothing going here on that drive. Russell. The Wolves down to 4 in the shot clock. D'Angelo Russell. He engulfed him that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
The assist from number 33, Tobias Harris.
To Russell. Here comes the screen. Russell. Five to shoot for Minnesota. Sent it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Russell. And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
That's his third personal.
Time to shuffle things up.
Philadelphia 76ers are at the limit. Subbing in for the Philadelphia 76ers, number 4, Paul Millsap.
Russell. Yes, when this guy's open, look out. Nearly automatic. Harden. Textbook defense. To Russell.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Russell with it up top. The deficit now up to 5. To Towns. Short jumper misses. Millsap gets it in the right corner. Harris to the basket, but his shot stays out. To Russell. Russell with the strong finish at the rim. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Nothing going here on that drive. Throws it down.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
T-Wolves with the basketball. To Towns. Off the mark. Not a high percentage shot.
Misses happen. Don't put your head down. Let that motivate you on the defensive end. Use it for something positive.
Russell into the front court. Down 5. Joel Embiid sends it away. Make that 7.
Just incredible timing on that swap.
Russell here against Harden. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
Welcome to new age basketball. You blow on me, that's a foul.
Knocks down the first.
For Minnesota, number 11, Joe Johnson.
And he makes them both. Danny Green. Now ready with a couple of free throws.
This drives me nuts when I see fouls like that being called in a close game. Sometimes you just gotta let them play, ref.
First one, counted. So he hits the first, misses the second. Trying to take it all the way, but it's no good. Has a look. A shot, no good by Green.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Beyond the arc for 3. Knocks it down. Defender has to get there next time.
Just because someone is listening to you doesn't mean that they actually hear you. At the end of the game, when players get tired, they listen to what the assignment was, but they didn't hear what it was.
Russell with it up top. His guys now down by a point. Now a steal by Philly.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Ah, the monster stuff.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
To Russell. The pass set it all up.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
He takes it right at them and scores. You have to fill in there.
Look at that, calm under pressure. You see a lot of guys rush those. Nice extra move there.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
James Harden trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 85% free throw shooter. Missed it at the line. Russell into the front court. His guys now trailing by a point. Great defense there, forcing the pickup. Gets to the basket and scores.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
And he's fouled. Very close, Jay. The results, he's going to the line.
No, no, no. I'll tell you, the team that makes the little mistakes, like committing unnecessary reach-in fouls like that, will be the team that ends up with the L.
First one goes down. And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Russell with it up top. All even here in the fourth. Spinning shot, won't fall. Oh, with the foul. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
Mike Scott has got 2 shots coming. He's struggled so far. And hits the first free throw. Able to convert on both free throws. Timberwolves have the basketball. Russell to Towns. Joel Embiid tips it. 8 now.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Russell into the front court. His guys trail now by 4. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Harris. That's usually one that he'll knock down. Big finish at the rim.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
To Embiid. Won't go. He needs some luck on his side given how they're defending.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
Changes coming from both sides right now. Danny Green knocked loose. Taken by the Wolves.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
To Towns. Count it.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
That one's going to be out of bounds. Russell. A bad pass as the Sixers come up with the steal. And throws it down.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds it inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Russell matched up with Harden. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That might have been a little bit easier than expected there, considering the score.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Beverly into the front court. 2-point advantage. Russell to Towns. Perfect feed to set up the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. T-Wolves at the controls going up the floor. Surveys the floor. Towns somehow finds a way to get it to go. Can't fault the D.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Harden. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
It's a victory for the Timberwolves as they get a good win on the road. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Hey everyone, it's Jalen Rose, and it's time for the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Timberwolves emerged victorious after a tight finish. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Minnesota Timberwolves. The 76ers must be devastated after such a close loss. And while they didn't win the game, they could have won a dunk contest. They put down plenty of slams in this matchup. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Philadelphia 76ers,
Game track. Field goals.
this was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Seemed to think he could only score points with dunks in this game. Again and again. He kept throwing them down, and it was just astonishing.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show.
These are the top 3 plays of the game.
two. Number one.
Here's a view of the upcoming games for the Philadelphia 76ers. See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
Game 4-5 Washington Wizards 1-0-9 Los Angeles Lakers 1-2-2 Final. Game 4-5 Toronto Raptors 1-1-7 Phoenix Suns 1-1-2 Final. Game 4-5 Utah Jazz 1-0-2 San Antonio Spurs 1-0-4 Final. Game 4-5 Cleveland Cavaliers 105 Miami Heat 117 Final. Game 4-5 Dallas Mavericks 113 Houston Rockets 100 Final.